Okay, here in this video, we're going to take a look at relationships as they work with angles. And I know that you've looked at these before, but it's been a while, so let's go back and refresh our mind. There are three major ones that you have looked at probably in middle school, 6th, 7th grade, and those are vertical angles, complementary, and supplementary. The difference is we're going to start adding an x to that so that you're going to need to apply your algebra equation skills, which will prepare you for geometry. So here we have vertical. Now vertical angles, if you remember way back when, vertical angles are angles, if you look at here, like they kind of make this little V. They're across from each other. They make a V and they point to each other. They are what we consider congruent. Now, if you don't remember what congruent is, congruent angles are angles that are equal. So in order to find x, I would set up the equation x plus 8 equals 120. And then I would just solve that one-step equation, which would be x equals 112. So up here, this would be 112. If I thought about it, that means 112 plus 8, that would be 120, and that would make sense because they are both equal to each other. Next, we'll look at complementary. Now, complementary, well, I like to think of it as if you give a compliment, you will always be right. And well, looky there, we have a right angle. And right angles are worth 90 degrees. So complementary angles are always going to add to 90 degrees. And I have two angles here. I have 43 and x plus 3. They combine to make this 90 degrees. So let's write the equation. X plus 3 plus 43 equals 90. We'll combine like terms. So x plus, well, 43 and 3 makes 46 equals 90. One-step equation. We'll go ahead and solve. And we will find that x equals, well, that would be 44. So I could say that x is 44. So 44 plus 3 would mean that this entire angle here would equal 47. We can check that. 43 plus 47, that equals 90. So that is correct. And then we have supplementary. I like to think that since supplementary starts with an S, just like straight line, it helps me think that when I put two angles together that are supplementary, that means that they equal 180. So add to 180 just like a straight line. Well, here I have two angles. I have a 76 and a 2x plus 4. I'm going to combine those. So 2x plus 4 plus 76 equals 180. I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. So 2x plus, well, 76 and 4, that makes 80 equals 180. Back to a two-step equation. We're going to move the constant with subtraction. So 2x equals 100. And we're going to move the 2 with division. So we know that x, well, the value of x is 50. We'll check to make sure that makes sense. So that would be 2 times x, which is 2 times 50, plus 4. Well, 2 times 50, that's 100, plus 4 is 104. And well, 104 plus 76, that does equal 180. All right. Real quick here, I just want you to take a second. I want you to pause the video in just a second, and I want you to look at each of these and just see if you can think, am I looking at something that is supplementary, complementary, or vertical? Because, well, they're not always simply just lines that are connected without all this extra. Do you see we have a lot of white space here, or a lot of extra lines that just kind of make it look confusing? So go ahead, on the count of 3, you're going to pause, you're going to look at each one, and then you're going to come back. So 1, 2, 3, pause. All right, welcome back. Let's take a look here at each of those angles. And as you can see here, complementary, supplementary, and vertical, they sometimes get a little messy. So you have to think, what am I looking for? What do I not need? I want to kind of really point to this one here in the middle, the top, supplementary, because I think it's a little confusing when we see these because we just finished up triangles. So this is not where we had the exterior, where we had the two that we added together to get to this. number, it's a little different because all they've given us is the measurement right next to B. So these are adjacent angles that add to 180. Again, a little different than what we looked at before, so be careful with that. Sometimes it's confusing when we go from one to the next. So complementary adds to 90, supplementary adds to 180, and vertical, well, they're congruent. They're across from each other.